Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I am on board the Disney Magic, the OG Disney ship. I'm so excited. I've sailed on the Wonder, I've sailed on the Wish twice, so I'm excited to see the original ship and see everything she has to offer. But this video, I'm going to do a tour of the inside stateroom, so no windows. So if that's something that you're interested in, stick around. Okay, so I'm inside room 2547. So we're on the second floor, interior cabin. We don't usually stay in an interior cabin, but we are this time. It's just a 4-night cruise, and we're here for my son's birthday, so it's all about him. We won't be in the room much, so let's show you around. First, walk in to the right. You'll have a split bath design, and this is what really sets Disney Cruise Line apart for families. So they have one bathroom here that has your toilet, it has a sink, you have some storage shelving here. It also has this shaver, which I haven't really seen something just like this in the newer ships. And then you have some hand soap. And then out here in the other side, this one actually has a bathtub. I don't think they all have bathtubs. Some of them have a shower. And I'm not sure what you do to ensure that you get a bathtub, but I will double check. But yeah, so you have your bathtub, shower. It's actually fairly spacious. And then you do have the body wash, conditioner, and shampoo. There's a little hanging rack. And then over here you have a second sink with some storage underneath. And then you've got some soap, some lotion, a little makeup towel, and then your towels are hanging over here. And then you have a plug here for your shaver, additional shaver. And then heading back over here, as you walk in to the right, you have your closet. So on the right-hand side of the closet, you have some hangers, you have your safe, and some shelving down there. A laundry bag, and all of the pricing for the laundry is right here. If you like to do laundry or have laundry done on your ship, with all the pricing. If you're going to do this, you definitely want to do it early in your trip, because especially if you have a 4-night cruise, like there's not a lot of time to get that back. It does take a little bit of time. And then on the other side, you have great hanging space. If you want to hang dresses, you have plenty of space there. You can put suitcases on the bottom part, which is great. And then, of course, up top, we have our life vests, should you need them. It does look like there's a light in here. So let's see if we can figure that out. It doesn't look like it's coming on. So I don't know. I don't know how that works. Anyways, as you walk in here, you have your glasses there, and then we're silver members, and they give you a bag and some lanyards here. And then I love this picture of Disney. So cute. Nice touch, nice touch. And then down here you've got some drawers. Looks like, okay, so these are shorter, and then you've got a couple of double drawers. I also love that this room has a bench that you can sit and put your shoes on. And there's some storage underneath for shoes, which is great. And then over here you have a hanger. We like to hang our shoe organizer up here, and we have all these storage compartments, and we can put all of our stuff. We can just grab it on the way out the door. And then here we have our desk. So I actually purchased cupcakes for my son's birthday. And it says, Hayden, happy 10th birthday. And they're cute little, and you can order these through the shop as you, in the app. But that's really cool. And then down here, we've got some storage. And then we've got a little stool down here that pulls out. Got all your things in here. So you've got these are your room service. You can order your breakfast and hang it on your door. All complimentary. Some note cards, some little Disney postcards. And then this side has more drawers. There's the hair dryer. And then they have a thing to put your heated like flat iron and stuff on, which is nice. And then you've got some more drawers in the bottom. This will be your little fridge. It is just a beverage fridge. You're not getting much in there, but it's great for some water or some soda if you brought any on board. And then I always like to point out the plugs. Keep in mind, this is an older ship, so they will not have any USBs. If you want USBs, make sure you bring an adapter of some kind. You can get, well, they do have 2 USBs here. I'm sorry about that. 2 USBs. They don't have the USB-Cs. But you can get adapters that have all of those ports on it. They have the European down there, and then you can also bring additional adapters as well. And look at the lights. They've got the little Mickeys. So cute. Okay, and then over here, we of course have a full-length mirror right here, and then our thermostat. And then there's a cute little musical staying there. It's from the Peter Pan, from Walt Disney's Peter Pan. And then this also turns into a sleeper. And then they have the pull down up here as well, the bunk. There's a little table that you can move out of the way should you need to. And then of course we have our television. And then up here, there's some more storage. Oops, that was loud. And then you also have lots of drawers right here, which is really, really great. So there's like 4 drawers. And then you have all of this down here. So there's lots of storage. And then look at this Pirates of the Caribbean map. So cool. And then also Disney has these curtains that you can close to give yourself some privacy. If you have kids over there, we do have our beds positioned together into a king bed. So there's that. And then you've got a telephone here. There is one plug back there, no USBs back there, just a plug. Some super cute, look at the lamps. They're very nautical. And then they have little ships on them. There's the castle. That is so cool. Love that. The little Disney touches. We have a mirror, a big mirror here, which is where, like, if you had a window, a porthole, that would be there instead. And then on the other side of the bed, you've got 2 plugs down there. And they do have little drawers in the nightstands. But then here's another lamp. So, super cozy little room. I definitely encourage you to bring a nightlight, as we did, to plug in to give yourself some light, as it's very dark in here during the daytime even, with no light. So yeah, I'll give kind of an overview of the entire room. Cute and cozy. Great if you want to cruise Disney. You don't want to spend a lot for the balconies or the ocean views, as you're not going to be in your room long. These are great. I also want to point out that there's a ton of storage under the bed, which I love. You can put your suitcases under there. And that's going to do it for our tour today, guys, of the Inside Stateroom on the Disney Magic. So make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel if this kind of thing interests you, and make sure to hit the bell so you get notified every time I do a new video. Until next time, we'll see you later.